But I guess the proof, Mr. Speaker, will be in the pudding.
Reno Tirakatni.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Chair. I know that we have been at cross purposes with the Minister in relation to his reluctance to expand on contractual matters in relation to IBM. But I think it is very clear that this legislation underpins the implementation of the trade single window. And if we just look to clause 16, sir, which replaces part 11 of the Act, it does talk about the joint border management system being a computer system, and that's defined in the Act, that is designed. So it's a designed system that enables entities to transmit information and receive information through systems such as the trade single window. So I think it's actually central to the bill is the fact that the system has been designed and that it is the actual heart of the joint border, the JBMS, the Joint Border Management System. So it is absolutely on point for us on this side of the House, sir, to be asking the Minister to provide a bit more information as to the contractual arrangements and the implementation of the trade single window, sir. Because if we look at just a look at the list of consultants that have been involved in this project, sir, it is the single biggest project that Customs has been undertaking for the past 3 years at least. 85% of all consultants have been used on the JBMA. Some $40 million has been paid out to IBM to build this system, let alone the literally numerous contractors that are invoicing eye-watering amounts, amounting to tens of millions of dollars over the past couple of years to build this system. And although the Minister says that there are some little more testing to be undertaken, we can understand that a computer system of this complexity, of this size, covering multiple government departments and different users, it is a big project, no doubt about that. But we would, I believe that's why we need to be we need to have the confidence that this system is robust, that it is actually performing to standards, and that the contractors are not just stringing the project out, that it's actually there is a tight governance of the actual project. And I know that Customs has been quite meticulous in terms of its governance and executive and involving senior management on the oversight of this project. So it is perfectly on point for us to be asking these questions to the Minister around the contractual arrangements which do underpin the actual legislation which we are discussing here in committee at the moment, sir. But I'd like to also just to add something new to the debate, to talk about another matter, and I'd welcome some input from the Minister, and that's in relation to clause 15 and the de minimis rule thresholds. And I know that there is a regulations ability being put into the bill which can, I guess, set whatever the threshold will be under which no duty will be collected. And I know as a committee, and I'm not a member of the committee, but I was fortunate enough to sit on a couple of, and we did the field trip to the Customs offices to see the working demonstration. But I know that the de minimis was an issue of great concern to everyone, because we know that the Retail Association are, advocating very strongly that, there is unfairness in terms of the collection, or I'm talking about the GST component, but it all fits around the online purchases and the crossing of goods over the border. that it is a big issue. We all purchase goods online. I would imagine the use of online purchases is so pervasive these days. Mr. Chair, that and the use of the internet to actually and the growth of online purchases is just going to get bigger and bigger. We know that there is an issue around not only the de minimis in terms of maybe foregone duty that could be collected, but also lost GST also that could be collected and put into the government coffers. So the issue really is, according to the Retail Association, there is unfairness towards the New Zealand retail sector, and we know that they are struggling. People are using online purchases practically daily. But there seems to be, sir, a simple solution. And I do a bit of purchasing online myself, but I would think... Yeah, I'm old-fashioned. I just still get CDs. I'm not into digital music. I like the tactile CD. So I do. And unfortunately, there are no more record stores, so I can't actually find what I want. The only way I can get is actually overseas. But I find that it would be very simple, I would imagine, as you click through to do any purchase these days. You go through like the PayPal sites, or you go through using your credit card companies. It would be just an automatic little calculation that they probably would be able to do. It would seem pretty easily to just add a GST component on that, or add automatically an assessed duty amount. And there's no qualms about it. If you really want the product, you just click on that extra amount, and it's all there in black and white, and it's all laid out for you. And bingo, there you go. GST's paid and duty collected. So I'd just like to invite the Minister to shed some light on that for us, because I know that under the bill there is provision for the de minimis to be set at any level. But we know that from the Retail Association that other countries such as Canada, I believe, and the UK, I may be wrong, but their thresholds are very low, set around $27 equivalent to online purchase. So if the Minister could shed some light on that, because we understand that there are some 50 million mail pieces that come across the conveyor belt every year. And I can just see those little beagles, just for my colleague, Ms. Tarian Fettis, she wanted me to mention the beagles, but they do their best. They sniff on that conveyor belt to try and sniff out all the illicit materials or whatever they sniff for. But 50 million items, there would be a significant bulk of those items being purchases under the de minimis, under $400. That is duty that could be collected on some of those items, and GST as well. And it just seems that it could be just a click away, and it could be a way of making things a bit more of a level playing field for the struggling retailers out there. So at least there is a bit more of a level playing field for them. So I just invite the Minister to shed a bit of light on that. Kia ora.
The Honourable Morris
Chairman, again, I'm going to try and be very brief and cover a couple of issues that the member just raised about GST. But first of all, just to go back and say to members that I think I've